Either we choose to stay alive or we give up. And if it's living we choose, then we do whatever it takes. That is a quote from the first installment of this trilogy written by Elodie Harper, and this is book number 1 called The Wolf Den. Set in ancient Rome in the city of Pompeii, this is a story about sisterhood, about survival, and about power. Our story follows our main protagonist, Amara, who is sold by her mother and winds up in the brothels of Pompeii. Owned by a very cruel slave master and kind of suffering from the unfortunate circumstances that she's in, Amara has to rely on her intelligence, her wit, and her resourcefulness to just get through every single day. She does this until an opportunity arises which grants Amara a chance at freedom. But she has to navigate what she has to pursue and what she has to sacrifice in order to obtain that freedom. This was a book that I read along with a buddy. It was a buddy read of mine, so it took me some time to get through it. The author transports you completely back in time to ancient Rome, giving you such an intriguing and engaging story with characters who are so full of life. And I think she does a really great job at writing about a very, very dark setting and period in ancient history without romanticizing it and without looking at it from a rose-colored lens. Power dynamics play such an integral part in the story, basically controlling the character's fate due to the situations that the characters are in. But opposing that is also this really beautiful story of a found family, specifically among the people who work in the brothel, and how they all connect with one another, which gives us a little glimmer of like love and of hope and of light in an otherwise a very, very dark setting and scenario. My only critique of this work is that the romance subplot felt a little weak and a little rushed to me, though I understand why the subplot was really important and integral to our main protagonist and how it kind of developed her character as an overall. I just didn't feel that emotion that I think I was supposed to feel with the romance subplot, just because to me it just felt very rushed or very quick or very brief. So I didn't really lose myself into that part of the story very much. But everything else, the characters, their relationships with each other, their backstories, the setting, what was going to happen, I was so engaged with this work from that point of view. Every time I picked up this book, I felt like I was transported back in time. It's a very, very immersive read, and I actually really enjoyed it. I do feel like Elodie Harper breathes life into like these souls who used to walk the streets of Pompeii. I think you'll really enjoy this work if you're a fan of historical fiction, historical romance, stories where characters' interpersonal relationships play an integral role and how the characters develop and how they make their decisions. I think you're gonna really, really enjoy this work. This book does get quite dark. I feel like she does a really good job at highlighting the horrors of humanity itself, but overall, I cannot wait to see where Amara's journey takes her in the second book.